Okay. Pardon for the little delay. We got Malice Graves, and Malice is not written with an I, it's written with a Y, which is cool. I don't think we had them before, did we? We had them once, way back in the day, 238, which I don't have on my Dr. AfroFluff channel. I don't even have that on my AfroFluff channel. It was before I recorded anything. So this is the first time we get to. This is the first time we mention the author's name on here in my for my Dr. AfroFluff stuff. And this is the second SCP of this we get to read, called "The Blood of MEKHANE." Okay, let's go. The Blood of MEKHANE. Level 5/2834 classified. Assigned Euclid. Assigned Site Area 2. Site Director Dr. Samuel Sudiraman. Researcher Head Dr. Ismail Nuridinli. Assigned MTF Sigma 9. Evolved from naturally occurring gears, levels, and pulleys. Interesting that they... It's kind of weird that they made these ones red, because like red for me is such a like I have to click on it color in the SCP websites. But okay, special containment procedures. -1 is contained by fluid suspension in a specialized containment apparatus installed in the type black reliquary wing of Area 2. A Class AR Scranton reality anchor has been permanently affixed to the exterior of the locker and should be checked monthly for technical integrity. The Class AR SRA has been upgraded to provide additional protection against Akiva radiation. While this upgrade has been shown to have a 61.8% rate of effectiveness against Akiva spikes, it should be considered as an advanced early warning system for potential containment breach only. The salinity of this fluid medium has been stabilized at 280% parts per thousand. Oh, okay. The pumps and fluid control pipes should be monitored at all times to ensure that the fluid medium remains in constant motion within the containment apparatus. In the event of a power disruption, the containment apparatus should be checked to ensure that the power input feeds have switched automatically to be on-site backup generators. -2 is contained within a Type B archaic weapons storage locker in the E-Wing at Site 64. A Class AR Scranton reality anchor has also been permanently affixed to the exterior of this locker. Should containment fail on either sub-object, Protocol 2834-06A should be initiated immediately and all possible resources should be rerouted to secure destruction of the remaining object. It is unclear at this time that any method to destroy either object currently exists. Research into securing a proper method is ongoing. Description: SCP-2834 is a collective designation given to the remains of POY 082B Robert Bumaro, with a -1-2 sub designation given to those items currently within Foundation custody. It's believed that POY-004, the Church of the Broken God, has retained possession of the majority of these remains, but this has not yet been independently confirmed. While a physical body has not yet been retrieved by Foundation personnel, it is believed that the items in Foundation custody represents the bulk of the anomalous properties exhibited by POY-082B during his life. That one refers to 5.8 liters of highly toxic and anomalous fluid that exhibits synthetic organic properties similar to human blood. While the fluid is devoid of organic protein structures such as hemoglobin and fibrinogen, the fluid does contain biomechanical construct that appears to mimic the same functions. The vast majority of these constructs are currently inert, and evidence suggests that the breakdown of these constructs has been ongoing for some time. The fluid also displays advanced regenerative properties, which has been observed to instigate a rapid generation of additional constructs that propagate throughout the fluid. This has the effect of maintaining the total volume of the fluid at a steady 5.8 liters, despite removal of up to half the volume from the whole. Remove portions of the fluid of less than half the total volume quickly deteriorates and break down into the various inorganic compounds. -1 containment apparatus. let's have a closer look, shall we? That's a little bit too close. You're a little close. I wonder what that is in real life, though. You know what I mean? Clearly, it's like big enough that because there's like a little wall part here. So I wonder what this is used for in real life. The fluid also displays advanced regenerative properties has been observed. Yeah. This regenerative property has been observed to produce improper replicates of the original synthetic construct as a current count of 86 ppm parts per million. This has shown to produce a pronounced deleterious effect in constructs surrounding the improper replicate. These improper constructs have been observed to attack and destroy proper constructs in a way that resembles the manner by which white blood cells combat hostile blood contaminates. It is currently believed that this regenerative property causes Dash-1 to absorb available metallic compounds that it comes into contact with in order to provide both provide fuel for conversion as well as basic construction materials, which it uses to replicate. As the process is clearly flawed, the consumption rate of available materials is both rapid and has no postulated upper end. Due to security and ethical concerns, Dash-1 has not been provided enough raw materials to effect complete regeneration. As the functional portions of Dash-1 exhibit properties similar to that of SCP-882, Dr. Nuri Dinley devised an apparatus that utilizes a saline-injected fluid medium in the contained process. This saline-rich medium has shown to vastly inhibit both the regenerative process of Dash-1 as well as its ability to absorb additional metallic material. To date, this apparatus has proven to be the only effective means by which Dash-1 can be safely contained. It is currently unknown what process would occur should Dash-1 be allowed to consume enough material to fully regenerate. Dash-2 refers to a stylized warhammer that once belonged to POY 0882B. Its properties are such that it resists all known scanning and analysis techniques. It is believed that to be constructed primarily of a neodymium/iron/beryllium bronze alloy. References to Dash-2 are found throughout the Foundation database, most frequently in entries related to both POY 004 and POY 0882B. As such, it is clear that Dash-2 once displayed a variety of anomalous properties, but is now considered non-functional due to the same event that rendered portions of Dash-1 inert. Research into both objects is ongoing. Attached addenda. Discovery. Oh, okay. This is, yeah, okay. On the 25th of August 2019, a member of the MTF Stigma 9, evolved from naturally occurring gears, levers, and pulleys, was approached while off-duty at a cafe in Athens, Greece, by an unknown person who identified himself as a member of GOY 004. I wonder if the hammer has something to do with, like, Hephaestus. This individual stated that they had something they wished to return over the Foundation, and a meeting was set up. The following is a transcript of the video log taken during the meeting. So we have the Doc 1 transcript. 882 is a mass of machines that makes people want to throw more metal and machines to... Wait, that makes people want to throw more metal and machines to it and forms a cult around it. Ah, I see, okay. Wasn't there like a huge like wasn't there like an 01 SCP that's like that? It's like there's like pile of machines. Yeah, I think that's like one that I got to read way back when I started. MTF action log video transcript. 26 August 2019, MTF and Mobile Task Force, MTF Stigma 9 evolved from naturally occurring gears, levers, and pulleys. Active assets, Francois Arnaud, Command Spare Tip, Pendalis Kalesis Boots, Talia Petrokoulou Guns, Beric Haji, Tinker, and Anna Campbell Wasp. Forward meeting was scheduled in an abandoned warehouse near Piraeus Harbor, Greece. Stigma 9 Alpha Team was tasked with making the exchange with Beta and Delta teams on standby in an adjacent warehouse. Transcript is taken from the Commander Arnaud's Helmet camera. Begin log. Alpha team can be seen arrayed throughout the room. All appear to be heavily armed. Spear tips by view sweeps back and forth as he virtually inspects his operative positions. The attention is drawn by the sound of the warehouse doors opening, and the viewer swivels back in time to see a small group of cloaked and hooded figures enter, two of which are carrying a long casket-like object between them. So we have Francois. So that's far enough. Gently lower the object to the ground and step back. We mean you no harm. We just wish, voice breaking, we just want to make sure this is done right. The figures set the casket on the ground and step away from it, moving as a group back to the door. As they do, Spear Tip gestures for Tinker to forward and then moves forward to examine the casket. What is it? This is all the time remains of the builder, His Holiness Robert Bumaro. Tinker stops mid-stride and glances up at the speaker as he crashes into a combat stance. He's at the ready. You must be joking? You wouldn't just give over something like that? The second speaker steps forward and removes their hood, revealing a face partially disfigured by a haphazard array of cybernetic implants. The implants themselves do not appear to be functioning, and dried blood can be seen crusting the joining of flesh and metal. Now we have Automeal. Who's Automeal? Oh, that's him. So who's the second speaker? I am Speaker Operand Autome 3L. Until recently, I was His Holiness' left hand and emissary to be the United Church from the Maxwellists. I speak for the Maxwell Collective. The first speaker steps forward and removes the hood. So I assume it's supposed to be her hood, maybe? Revealing a face equally damaged with segments of broken copper plating, covering half of the exposed skull. Why the? Twice. I am Speaker Matriarch Hespera, and I was His Holiness' right hand and emissary to the United Church from the Clockwork Orthodoxy. I speak for them, or what's left of them. Okay, you have my attention. What happened? Did Jism erupt again? Did Jism erupt again? No, sometimes something else. We've come to warn you, Jailer, and the Council that rules what's left of the United Church was broken. God decided that the only way you would take us seriously is if we brought you this. What power we have left, we gladly offer to the Foundation. An ancient evil is steering, and the echoes of Kalmaktama can be heard even louder than before. We were attacked in the sacred precincts of the Citadel itself. An offshoot heretical sect called the Mechanics opened a way, and a great evil. Oh, is that way? Is Mechanics? Is that where I heard it the first time? From 01? Opened a way, and great evil showed its face again after 1,000 years of silence. We thought them broken, destroyed long ago. We weren't ready, and we have paid the price of a lack of foresight. The Mechanics? Aren't they a group of exiles hiding out in Louisiana somewhere? It is unwise to think of them as insignificant, alone perhaps, but they have allied themselves with a clavigar. She spits into the dirt, and a glob of bloody phlegm can be seen on the ground at her feet. Catch the casket. Here is all that's left, Jailer. You don't seem to understand. Our power is done. His Holiness believed that his blood was the secret, defeating the Grand Causes the first time. And one be willing, perhaps it will serve you now. It's done nothing but to bring us grief. Two of them pull their hoods back up to hide the disfigured faces and turn to walk out of the warehouse. Wait. You don't mean the Grand Causes. Ion is dead. Everything you said points to that. Pausing at the door. He was dead. Jailer, but the kind is hard to kill. And remember what you and yours were not around to even see. You're not ready for what is coming. That prospect terrifies me. He gestures at the casket. The blood is poisoned. You do not have much time to learn its secrets. I suggest you start quickly. End log. Afterward, the GOIO4 representatives left, and -1-2 were collected and immediately shipped to Area 2 for study. The casket itself was constructed of plates of hammered beryllium bronze lined with thin plates of shaped granite. The sides and bottom plates were firmly adhered to the metal, though the lid was removed in 2 sections. A stylized representation of Robert Morrow was found embedded at the surface of the interior lid and was made of a variety of various metal alloys, several of which are still unknown. A casket contained an 8-liter metal canister, also lined with granite, that was slowly being consumed by -1 and -2, was found wrapped in several layers of purple funereal velvet. Nothing else was found within. Rendering discovered on the container provided by GOY4. The DJ character is twisted gear or one purpose, which is about the Church of the Broken God. Try to build an artificial god and makes a massive mass of machines that almost eats half of Mexico. Yeah, I remember that. That's one of the old ones I vividly remember. Next to the ones where like somebody goes on a killing like 05 council killing spree, because each one of the 05s has like is actually like a supernatural entity that they want to get rid of. Those are the two old ones I fully remember. Also the spiral path is another one. -2 object dossier. Researcher Dr. Ismail Nuruddin Lees, Schechtman, ASC assistant, paid 1st September 2019. -2 file photo. Yeah, look at that hammer. That's a nice hammer. Creation date circa 1100 BCE. Each exact date unknown. Physical description: object is a large warhammer constructed from a variety of known and unknown metallic alloys. Each piece is independently fashioned and appears to retain its overall shape using highly localized and directional magnetic forces. While the object is currently inert and potentially inoperable, references text suggest that the weapon is capable of a wide variety of anomalous purposes. There are observational accounts of the weapon producing a powerful beam of an unknown energy type, highly modular reconfiguration aspects, the ability to produce a highly localized field of intense gamma spectrum radiation, as well as a wide variety of other unconfirmed capabilities. It reminds me of Jace's hammer from League of Legends. Observable effect was noted to be similar to that of high intensity plasma or laser discharge. There are many artistic rendering and physical descriptions of the weapon, each one different in physical shape, but always a hammer and always made of a variety of metallic alloys. This was observed to be capable of causing immense damage to organic material, often utilized to destroy or weaken Sarkic and or romantic constructs. The fact that we have Church of the Broken God and Sarkic mentioned again right after a Sarkic SCP, it very like, I wonder if like there was like this discussed beforehand between the two authors. Even in its latent state, object still radiates a stable field of Akiva radiation. While not particularly powerful, it's believed that the persistent strength of this field indicates that the weapon is merely in a dormant state rather than having been rendered totally inoperative. And for people who don't understand what I'm talking about, Jace hammer. Of course, we have the hammer from like Arcane as well, but like yeah, it does like, you know, shoot out like beams. And it does say that the hammer does change shape. So it could technically do this. Well, I'm gonna go because I'm sleeping. My internet's going to slow you tomorrow. So see you tomorrow for DER. For deer. Okay. Well, I wish you good night. Casabon, thank you for joining us again. It's been cool to have you around again after the couple of weeks of vacation. Well, yeah, I see you. The Af was with you. We see you tomorrow. Okay, let's continue. Medium. Steel with trace knee. I don't know what all. These are all like the chemical things. I was hoping with chemistry, so I cannot. Bronze with trace. That. As of yet, undiscovered elements: gold, palladium, tungsten, and various other unknown compounds. Dimensions: shaft 1.83 meters long. It's as tall as I am. Head 0.07 meters. Width. Okay. Long and width, yeah. Weight 9.6 kilograms. That's not too bad. Object location, archaic weapons vault, E-wing side, 64. There's so much more. Jesus Christ. We are definitely gonna be here for. We only barely at the halfway point. The other ones better be shorter. Despite my initial misgivings at having this object assigned to me, I've been able to make several advancements as a result of his study. One of the most promising areas of advancement has been an indirect discovery made by Schachtman.aic, where it was able to modulate the class AR-SRA emitter array to allow it to be more effective at minimizing the Akiva field surrounding the device. This has allowed me to work much more directly with the thing than I originally anticipated, and having a stable Akiva field we can modulate effectively at will is bound to have far-reached applications throughout all of our Type Black research. The implications of finally understanding the secrets of pre-Hellenic beryllium bronze are also quite exciting. While there are many examples of inert versions of devices created with the alloy, having such an easily accessible and mild-latent example of a working BB artifact is a treasure in and of itself. I don't anticipate that the specific mysteries of UKE-3 and UKE-4 will be unlocked easily, but the mere fact that they exist in this construct where they haven't been found before is already a breakthrough. I need to cross-reference my findings throughout the Foundation's database, but having Schachtman.aic's aid on the research has already helped a great deal with correlating my findings with those of previous materials research teams. If we can derive enough data to be able to synthesize even one of the UKE elements, all the funding and resources put into this project will have been worth it. If you bong, that means it's made out of metal. It would definitely, it would not be a bong. I think you would definitely do some damage. Even if you try to softly bonk somebody, the weight alone is just like too much. I know it's only 10 kilograms, which is like you can easily lift that with both hands, you know. But still, like doing like a simple disc like that with a metal hammer would hurt your head. Update 13th 12 2019. 2834.doc.02 memo to oversee command. What the fuck? SCPF internal memorandum from MTS Sigma 9 Alpha Team Commander Arnau to 0512, date 13th December 2019. Potential Kalipad Noga benefit. After we received the commander level notification of the creation of the Kalipad Noga initiative, where does this lead? No. I've been reviewing my files in order to see if there's anything I can provide that might be of assistance to the work that you and Dr. Lowe have been conducting. As you may already know, as you may already know, Stigma 9 has been put on standby after the events surrounding the acquisition of SCP-2834 and begun integrating a few new assets from the COTBG. If it can be of any assistance to Psi-8, just give the word. These guys know their stuff, and some of them have mentioned that the United Church has already sent a few folks over there to help out. Regardless, going through my records, I found something that I want to dig further into. The Church has absolutely stonewalled any of our attempts to find out more about what happened to Bumaro. Aside from a few mutterings about the mechanics and a single mention of a clavicle from Speaker Matriarch Hespera, we heard nothing until yesterday. One of my contacts in the COTBG Central Unit was able to provide this drawing to my team. This drawing was made after my contact at a meeting with the builder himself. My asset told me that in the past few years Bumaro had become increasingly more reclusive, rarely attending upon church ceremonies, often handing over responsibilities for rituals that he had routinely supervised for decades. Now I think we know why. It's obvious in that drawing that something was aging him. Dr. Nudini tells me that they found him. Nudini tells me that they have found some really questionable stuff in Dash 1. And if the Sarkics can go to tomorrow, they can go to just about anyone. The guy was a relic, but you do not live to be 3,000 years old without being supremely careful in personal security, as a provided drawing of POY 0882B. Yeah? I will always be impressed by the different words you do, Afro. I always try. The French accent, though, needs a lot of work. I always try to, like, imitate a certain guy that I had in college that had, like, that always did, like, well, you see how it is, you know? But the accent is still, like, was still, like, missing. It still needs to work. Needs to work on it. SCPF internal memorandum 0512 MTF Stigma 9 Alpha Team Commander Arnold 13th December 2019 potential Calipad Noga benefit. Look into it. Get back to me immediately with any results. Update 21st 12 2019 SPF internal memorandum MTF Stigma 9 Alpha Team Commander Arnold 20512 date 21st December 2019 potential Calipad Noga benefit. I got it. Dutch police find the transcript of a video file I received just a few minutes ago from my COTBG asset. This is very bad. Attachment video transcript PDF 1.83 megabytes. God damn it, you gonna make me read a video file? Ah. Okay. Date 5th August 2019. Source internal security footage, multiple cameras, unknown, presumed to be the GRY-005 Citadel. This is the first footage we ever gotten from inside the GRY-004 headquarters, while we have long assumed to be somewhere in the island off the coast of southern Greece. We've never been able to accurately locate it, despite multiple assets we have implanted in GRY-004. The internal security is such that we will still don't know precisely where it is. Most that's actually seen inside it. It is my assessment that our acquisition of this video represents a planned leak. Begin log. Begin log. The video begins abruptly in the middle of an ongoing conflict. The view is from the top of a tall stone wall looking down upon a thin stretch of beach and what looks to be surf breaking and on underwater anti-landing craft hazards. The feed is unoccupied by audio, but the view is distorted by successive bright detonations as weaponry at our frame discharged towards several figures caught in the surf. The figures are difficult to make out as two appear to be constantly shifting and merging with each other to send sheets of flame towards the walls. It then breaks apart to avoid the returning fusillade by ducking beneath the water. The other figure shimmers and fades, sometimes disappearing entirely only to reappear elsewhere, each reappearance punctuated by a massive visual distortion and a wash of static. The view distorts again as another massive concussion impacts the walls and the feet once more disappears into static and does not return. I like that you said you have to read the video recording. I mean, I'm used to it because like it's really super rare that when it says like video recording that it's actually a video, it's usually text. But still, you know. The view distorts again as another massive When the video feed cuts back in, it's from a different camera, this time showing a long hallway with several doorway openings along the eastern wall. A large hole has been torn in the western wall and the area directly in front of it strewn with rubble. Several members of a GRY-004 can be seen rushing towards the opening, their weapons trained on the hole and rapidly discharging of two figures that can be seen climbing through it. The larger of the two reaches towards the group, and three of the incoming defenders suddenly erupt in gore as the organic portions twist and burst apart under an obvious countermantic assault. The second figure once more disappears, only to reappear amidst the remaining GRY-004 defenders. The figure moves in a blur, rapidly cutting down the defenders before being joined by the first. The larger splits momentarily into two distinct people, a black man and a woman, both clothed in loose white garments. They appear to converse for a few moments and head off away from the camera and out of view. The view shifts several times through different angles in several different hallways, each showing scenes of combat as the assault team makes the way methodically through the defenders. At one point, they are forced to retreat through a side passage only to reappear behind the defenders and resuming the attack. The final video feed is in what appears to be a large audience chamber. Speaker Automil and Speaker Hespero can be seen flanking what looks like an older and small figure carrying a large hammer. Hold fast, my children. They go no further than this. We have reinforcements on attack trajectories from the satellite, but they are only just now entering high orbit. They'll be here. The voice cuts off mid-sentence, and both Bumaro and Hespero look over at him. Automil stares blankly into the space before him, clearly intent on whatever internal conversation he is having. Suddenly he blinks and looks around on the other two. What is it? They aren't coming. They were intercepted in the high atmosphere by a mechanic strike team. Are you certain they were mechanics? Not some other group? Shaking his head. Was it his this whole time? I thought it was a her before. Maybe I was just yeah, I think I just fucking Mandela affected a she in that somewhere in that sentence. Oh well, I'm still gonna keep up with the voice. They came in close using United Church transponder codes claiming to be from Luna 1. They got close enough for our scanners to catch the mechanic hull plating, but it was too late. They got off a burst transmission to the Citadel before they died, but they're not coming. Damn it. We should have eradicated those heretics when we... Enough, Hespero. What is done is done. They're untouchable as long as they were in that nexus. We need the risks in letting them get there. Excommunications wasn't enough. It seems. Fine. We can handle that Claviga and her apprentice. Bumaro hefts the hammer, though it's clearly difficult for him to do so. Prepare yourselves. This time. The video seems to cut out for just a moment, then three figures can be seen standing in the audience hall, not far from three GOYO4 leaders. The smaller of the three looks like a young girl dressed in form-fitting black clothing and carrying a long bloody dagger in each hand. The other two are dark-skinned, dressed in loose white robes and now spattered with gore and singed in various places. Son, you should be dead. I saw your corpse wash up on the shore of Kytheria after the abomination you called Master abandoned your Saki crusade. You should know better than that, priest. That body wasn't necessary anymore. Looks like your body isn't faring much better. What's wrong? Age finally catching up to you? Boomer opens his mouth as if to speak, then doubles over in pain as another burst of static washes at the view. When he returns, a fourth figure has joined Son and the others. This one is taller, dressed immaculately in a dark grey suit which contrasts sharply with the burnished bronze color of his hands and stylized canine head. Jackal. You're a traitor as well as a heretic. I should have killed you centuries ago. You tried and you failed. To be honest, failure is all I've come to expect from you and your broken church. Hespero makes as if to speak, but is interrupted by Bumaro collapsing to the ground. His hammer clattering to the floor. Automil rushes to his side and Hespero steps forward. The segmented portions of their left arm rotating and shifting aside to reveal the tripartite barrel of a gun. You are the heretics following a broken and obsolete dogma. Bumaro never wanted to rebuild MEKHANE. Rather, he fooled you all for thousands of years, whilst he the power like a twisted caricature of the goddess he claimed to serve. Just look at him. Even now he is falling apart. What have you done, Jackal? I am the only one that could hold back the flesh. You think you will somehow be spared? Not at all. Once we are finished here, little Domei are leaving this world, as you should have done when you thought you defeated Ion. I'll go to finish what you failed to do, and my time here is drawing to an end. This world can go to the flesh for all I care. The Clavigar taught me what I needed to know about viruses in order to poison you, and now I'm here merely to watch you die. Zan and her companion step into motion. The man and woman flowing back into One form as they move to attack Automil and Hespera. Sun flickers out of view, reappearing to Hespera's side long enough to slam her first repeatedly into the side of Hespera's face, knocking Ver away from Automil and Bumaho, disappearing again as Hespera's gun fires into the space where Saran has been. Naman shifts to the side, avoiding a beam of incandescent fire from Automil, responding with a whiffing rain of bone shards which slice into the ropes like erasers. Blood fountains from several places along his body, along with darker fluid from his prosthetics. Fucking just magic fight happening here. Tackle steps forward and picks up Bumaro's hammer. He looks down at the machine that was once a man and shakes his head. You should never have tried to replace MEKHANE, mortal. Now, you never will. He hefts the hammer easily in his metal hands and swings it down hard against Bumaro's head, shattering it in a spray of broken machinery and a fountain of black fluid. Hespera and Automil scream in unison and collapse to the floor. Jackal laughs and drops the hammer onto Bumaro's stretching body. It is done. Thank you, Scathers. Our covenant is at an end. Thank you, Clubby Girl. I'll admit, I didn't think your grand Cars's plan would work. He gestures towards the now still form of Bumaro. It's a relief being wrong. Betas will be everything you want it to be. He boasts, and then the video feed abruptly cuts out. End log. Imagine witnessing this recording. It would be a sight, alright. I don't think we need to read this. Yeah, it would be. It would be also pretty. Yeah, it would be really. It would be like machine people with magic and jackal-headed creature with a giant hammer. Yeah, it's like. It would. I mean, the SCP Foundation universe, it would be like another Tuesday, but if for me, it would seem like absolutely unreal. Afterward, the video speaks for itself. I believe the two other with San are Nitan Sabati and Enu Duvenai. Okay, this is another like lore thing. Ooh. Okay, gotcha. The leader of Darkwater Lodge. I assume the commingled form is Naman de Katsatsa, but we have precious little data on it. I'm not sure what you and Dr. Lowe are planning, but I count out GOY04 on being able to help overmuch. Oh no. Oh, that was, oh no, okay, that was the video speaks for itself. You see? Bon mon ami, but not bon enough. I hope the next one is not Saw Kick or Church of the Broken God related. We having two heavily religious based SCPs in a row can drain a guy. That can drain a guy.